There was little to cheer for South Africans, though, with Elroy Gerrard, the only local athlete to cross the finish line in the fourth position in a time of 2 hours 16 minutes and 43 seconds. There was little to cheer for South Africa. And in your weather, Pretoria will be sunny and hot with temperature highs of 26 degrees. Johannesburg, sunny and cool with temperature highs of 21 degrees. Cape Town will be cloudy and cool with temperature highs of 17 degrees with scattered thunder showers. And Durban, sunny and hot with temperature highs of 26 degrees. Bloemfontein will be sunny and warm with temperature highs of 25 degrees. Polokwane, sunny and warm with temperature highs of 25 degrees. Uppington, sunny and hot with temperature highs of 29 degrees, and Port Elizabeth will be sunny and warm with temperature highs of 25 degrees. East London, sunny and warm and hot actually with temperature highs of 29 degrees. For Vuka Online Radio News, I am Monges Makalima.
Welcome to another episode of PK Unshackled. I am your host, Umakawe Wagokatide, and today we have a magical show. The reason I say magical is because there's very few people that grab your attention that become a part of the national dialogue that represent Africanism more than my guest. And I can guarantee you it's going to be fireworks. Today, so I have a gentleman here. Now, I look at this gentleman, I feel inspired. A lot of people call him many names. They call him Sangoma. They call him, controversial. Yeah, well, I'm controversial. Everyone's controversial. I guess when you speak out or speak up against certain social ills, historical damage that the church and other institutions have done to people, they label you names. So please join me as I welcome my guest, Ubaba Joshua Maponga III. Sir.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me on your platform, and greetings to you and your viewers around the world. And as we are building bridges for the recovering addicts of the Christian community.
I love it. So you are Joshua Maponga III. So there was a first, a second, and you're the third. Am I correct in saying your son will be the fourth?
It goes without say. Traditionally speaking, within the royal houses, you will always want to name your predecessors to allow continuity, and my grandfather did that within our tribe. So many people have known me only from the pastoral side, but my cultural side and my personal family history was not very clear to everybody. So they just celebrated a bishop. But they always knew I was Maponga the third. But whether it was for fun or it was in reality, they got shocked. All of a sudden, 2 years ago, when I younger viewers, I would put that title on ice, and and move over into what I need to accomplish.
I'm anticipating fireworks on this platform today. So let's take a quick break because we have bills to pay. And after the break, we get onto the serious stuff, the serious stuff that we're here for. See you in the break.
Every time he sees me, his eyes light up. I can almost hear his heart beat faster. He looks at me the same way he did when we first met. For him, it's love at first sight every day. For me, it's heartbreaking.
Loving someone who's living with dementia is not easy. For support, advice, or to make a donation, visit dementiasa.org.
Dave, baby, you know my best friend Jennifer? She's kind of hot, eh?
Dave, stop. It's a trap. You need an exit strategy. Consider all the angles. Admitting she's hot will lead to your demise. However, saying no means insulting best friend Jennifer. It also means you think your darling angel is a bad judge of character. Think, Dave. What would Elliot do?
Well, I've never really noticed, but remind me to look next time.
Smooth move, Dave. Smooth move. For well-considered smooth moves, Elliot is amazing.
Stay woke with Voga Online Radio.
Welcome back to PK Unshackled. I'm spending my morning with Ubaba Joshua Maponga III. Now, please tell us, there's a lot of misconceptions about you. People just don't know who you are. Every day there is a new dialogue that you start. And, if I miss debate going on. What is this African spirituality? Man khuluma African spirituality ngikhuluma ngobungoma or ngikhuluma about a higher form of worship, of religion, of spiritual engagement. What is your understanding, or what is your definition of the African spirituality?
On an onset, religion is schizophrenic. It teaches you to dress up for church. Now become a worshiper. And for those minutes, you walk onto the stage, locked up into that. But it's not a life that you can take away from stage. When you get home, put away your worshippers thing, and you become a human being, which I find terribly, terribly wrong. Whereas African lifestyle, to avoid the word spirituality for now until I define it, African lifestyle, when I drink water, I must put a little bit on the ground first, then drink. When I am plowing my seeds, I throw some into the furrow, some to the road for the beds. Before I pluck a herb from the bush, I take my hair and put it in the ground and take the other plant and plant it, then harvest the herb that I want to harvest. When the rain comes, I go outside, I do a ritual. Before I get married, I do a ritual. After I finish peeing, I spit. So it's not schizophrenic. It's a continuous before you kill a cow, you tell it we are killing him for food. This is not a ritual. When anything is happening, when someone dies. So you look at the entire expression of the African life. It is not divided between now we are worshiping, now we are normal, now we are closer to God. It looks like the interwovenness of spirituality and divinity is actually intertwined with life itself, so that celebrations and rituals can only be extended forms of that expression. But on a day-to-day basis, even our greetings, Sawubona, Dumelang, Dumela Ra, you hear individual, but I recognize the plurality in you. You're not alone. I recognize your forefathers, your grandfathers, to an extent how Ubaba, Sawubona Baba, it's the plural in him that plurals us to become what we are. So African spirituality, as it were, if I could define it, becomes a constant awareness, which the modern words they use, consciousness of the abundant availability and presence of the divine within the person that you are talking to and the activities that you're participating on. When you're going to Johannesburg to look for work, Ugogo comes to you, takes a bit of snuff and sprinkles it on you. So it's not divine. When you buy a new car, you take it to Gogo, they go and pour some liquor on it. So for me, that becomes very critical. Christianity seems to be locked up in jackets and in ties, that you can only do this here. You can't do this there. So people become Christians on a Sabbath and on a Sunday. And on Monday, when they take off their jackets, they become normal. They become human beings. And for that reason, you find that what you call religion is institutionalized, whereas African spirituality is lifestyle. For a start, I can start there.
Fantastic. Yeah, I hope people are watching this, because one of the things that hit me in my journey, not only as a PK but as a father and a social commentator, is that raised as a Christian. Right. And I mean, when you grow up, you start asking questions. You know, I'm an intelligent being, so you start asking questions. Why do we do this, or why does this happen? But this is not African, whatnot. You know, and I was told, shut up, shut up. It's like you're backsliding. You understand? Because you are asking questions that, you know, is the narrative in the church was that Ukoko Ami or Shona is demonic. I'm like, where does that come from? Where does that come from? You understand? How do we even speak of our identity if we can't acknowledge people that have gone on this journey of life? You know, we can't acknowledge them because. And another thing, my mfundisi, the heaven factor, this heaven. Oh, Nkosi. You know, Christianity has taught people that the end game is heaven. Like, you know, forget who you are, forget that you're Zulu.
I want you to pack the heaven one, because I want to deal with that separately. I want to deal with the Gogo part first.
Yeah.
Whereas religion is a problem with your grandmother, the African does not have a problem with your grandmother. They will tell you exactly who she is and what is her role in your life, in your mother, in your father lying in her womb, and how that has become part of you, and etc. And if your grandmother is a demon, then what are you? If your grandparents are demons, then it only means that we are also demons waiting to become demons. But I want to define African spirituality, my own definition. It is a constant interaction between the Trinity. And I'm using Trinity in the context that some of your viewers will understand. I know when they talk Trinity, they talk of a masculine Trinity. The Father is a man, Jesus is a man, the Holy Spirit is a man. So three men create people, which I find totally not biological and not sensible at all. I would have been happy if people would understand the universe in its masculinity and femininity, that a man and woman makes a child, and the whole nature is male and female, from creation to animals to plants to fish to butterflies. They don't have a problem with sex, as it were, between male and female. But Christianity has a problem of putting a woman within the context of God. They want to keep it purely as